This time I'd like to call the January 6, 2020 City of Vandalia Council meeting to order. We'll start with a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Council, we do not have any meeting minutes to approve, nor do we have any communications, petitions, or awards, and we have no public hearing tonight. That brings us to comments from interested citizens. If you'd like to make a comment, please step to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and your comments. Being none, we'll move on to the City Manager's report. We have some information items, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we have 2 items this evening. First of all, I want to remind everybody that city offices will be closed on Monday, January 20th, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Therefore, our second meeting in January will be held on Tuesday, January 21st, beginning at 7 p.m. Our study session will be held at 6 p.m. that evening. Also, regarding Christmas tree recycling, the Parks and Recreation and the Public Works Departments are offering Vandalia residents free recycling of their Christmas trees. Residents can drop their trees off at the sports complex up until January 20. Otherwise, beginning the first week of January, residents can also dispose of their Christmas trees by placing them at the curb for pickup by Rumpke on your regular trash day.
Thank you. Next item is we got some action items. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. First one we have is an appointment to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission. Vandalia is required annually to appoint a representative and an alternate representative to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission and the Transportation Coordinating Committee. An individual must also be designated to serve as on the technical committee. Our past representatives was former Mayor Setzer, and Amber Holloway served as the alternate to MVRPC. Rob Cron was the delegate to the technical committee.
All right, thank you. I will go ahead and serve on that committee based on our previous meeting, and also Assistant City Manager Amber Holloway will serve as the alternate, and Rob Cron will serve as the technical committee. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Move that we approve the appointments as you stated.
Second.
All right. I have a motion by Vice Mayor Ehlers to approve the appointment as presented, second by Councilwoman Farst. Are there any comments? Being none, please call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Farce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have appointments of representatives to 2020 First Suburbs Consortium. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. The City of Vandalia is required to annually appoint 2 representatives and an alternate to the First Suburbs Consortium. Prior representatives were former Mayor Setzer, former Vice Mayor Herbst, and the alternate was Councilmember Lewis.
All right, thank you. And again, according to our previous meeting, myself and Vice Mayor Ehlers will serve on this committee, and Councilman Lewis has agreed to be the alternate. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Lewis and a second by Councilman Follick that we approve the appointments to the 2020 First Suburbs Consortium as presented. Any comments? Please call the roll.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Farce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have appointment to the Montgomery County Community Improvement Corporation. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. This committee requires that the mayor of the City of Vandalia be appointed annually.
That said, I will serve on that committee. Have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, I have a motion by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we approve myself to serve on the Montgomery County Community Improvement Corporation. Any comments? Being none, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Herbst.
I know what you were saying. And the motion carries 7-0. That brings us to boards and commissions appointment. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. First one we have is a appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Mr. Dave Arnold has requested appointment to the BZA. Council had an opportunity prior to this evening's meeting during your study session to hear from Mr. Arnold about his interest in serving on the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the appointment of Mr. David Arnold to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second?
I have a motion by Councilwoman Forrest and a second by Councilman Lewis that we approve Mr. Arnold to the Board of Zoning Appeals. And please call the roll.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have another boards and commission appointment. Mr. Cruzy?
Yes, thank you. So Arlene Setzer has requested appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Council had an opportunity during your study session prior to this evening's meeting to review her application.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a motion?
Make motion that we approve Ms. Arlene Setzer to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakely, second by Vice Mayor Ayers, that we approve Ms. Arlene Setzer to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer. Mayor Herbst.
And I was the one worried about tonight.
You're still writing 2019 too, aren't you?
Yes. And the motion carries 7-0. You're doing this to make me feel good, aren't you? All right, we have no old business tonight, and that brings us to our first resolution of tonight, and that's Resolution 20-R-01. Mr. McDonald, by title only.
Are you sure? Okay.
Give it your best shot.
I will try. A resolution authorizing the purchase of a Toro Greenmaster 3150Q requested by the Parks and Recreation Department through Century Equipment of Cincinnati at the State of Ohio contract bid price of $35,328.46 and requesting council declare the current 2002 Toro Greenmaster 3100 mower being replaced surplus property.
Thank you, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. So we do have $35,000 budgeted for the replacement of a 2002 Toro Greensmaster greens mower. Again, two mowers were priced through the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Plan, with the Toro Greensmaster 3150Q being the lowest cost at $35,328.46. The additional $328.46 would come from the cart path asphalt line item. This mower is $937 less than the John Deere model, and the state cooperative purchasing program is nearly $11,000 less than the retail price for the same model Toro.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Move that we approve Resolution 20-R-01.
Second?
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Ayers and a second by Councilwoman Farce that we approve Resolution 20-R-01 as presented. Are there any comments? Being none, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. All right, we have one ordinance in our first reading, or in its first reading, and that's ordinance 20-01. Mr. McDonald, by title only.
An ordinance rezoning 0.232 acres of property commonly known as part of 1 East National Road from office residential to office service and amending the zoning map of the city.
Thank you, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the applicant is requesting a rezoning of approximately 0.232 acres at 1 East National Road from office residential to office service. The subject property totals 0.723 acres, which is comprised of two different zoning classifications. The remaining 0.491 acres is already zoned office service. The purpose of this rezoning is to bring the entire lot under one zoning classification.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 20-01 in first reading.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Blakesley and a second by Councilman Pollack. It was a tie. You guys were both in my ear at the same time. Councilman Pollack, that we approve ordinance 20-01 in its first reading. Are there any comments? Being none, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Pollack,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have no ordinance in its second reading, and we have no emergency ordinances. And that brings us to reports from boards and commissions. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So Triad Technologies is requesting a variance to allow a second curb opening at 985 Falls Creek Drive, where only one curb opening is permitted. The proposed new driveway would be 10 feet off of the south property line, and the drive apron would extend across the property line, conflicting with the drive apron of the property to the south. So the purpose of the requested second curb opening is to accommodate a building and parking lot expansion that is currently under construction. The BZA reviewed this variance request at its December 11 meeting. They voted 4-0 to recommend approval, provided that the drive apron does not extend across the south property line.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the variance request at 985 Falls Creek Drive
Second.
With the condition.
with the conditions stipulated
Okay.
by BZA.
Have a,
Fine.
have a motion by Councilman Lewis and a second by Vice Mayor Ayers that we approve the curb opening at 985 Falls Creek Drive with the conditions that have been submitted. Any comments? Please call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Pollack,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have a bill listing for November 2019 in the amount of $3,746,084.36. And that brings us to council comments. Mr. McDonald?
Congratulations to all the new faces and we moved about.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Nothing this evening.
Thank you. Councilman Pollack?
Nothing.
Councilwoman Forrest?
Just want to welcome our two new members. I think we'll have a great year, and glad to have you aboard. And, we'll have some good working meetings this year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you. Councilman Blakesley?
Echo the same.
All right. Councilman Lewis?
No comments, Your Honor.
Councilwoman Woods?
Just that it's good to be here, and I feel blessed to be able to serve with all of you.
Well, thanks. Vice Mayor Ayers?
We already been through this once, no comment.
All right. The other thing I would like to say is I'd like to thank staff for all their hard work in 2019, and I think we're all looking forward to a very prosperous 2020. And again, welcome our new members and their new positions, and again, we're expecting 2020 to be a great year for the city of Vandalia. With that, this meeting is adjourned.
Not even 15 minutes.
Should I bring my iPad? Yeah, let's do it that way. This might be a lot lighter weight than that one, too. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yes.
By Chief Pollack next meeting.